Victoria, thank you for your call. Can you introduce yourself and tell us about VST, who you help and what you do?
And yeah, I am Victoria, the founder of the company. And Vust is AI powered ad production platform that helps mostly like professional creative teams to scale up their ad production.
Wonderful. Before working with us, what was your client acquisition like? Can you tell me what channels were you relying on and where was they failing?
Yeah, sure. So we're at the stage where we experience like inbound growth, and I would say, which is probably, the early days of like marketing, optimization. And our major channels are kind of YouTube. We do some partnerships with big bloggers in our space who actually do some reviews about Views platform. And also the second biggest channel is, of course, like search. But we are living in a reality where search is moving fast from like classic Google search to AI. So we were really interested to kind of improve and boost this channel and optimize our performance in this channel. And we realized that one of the major things in order to improve this conversions in this channel is to invest into Reddit, where we didn't have any presence before started working with you.
Okay, what made you specifically consider Reddit as a channel? Have you tried it before or was this like, completely new for you?
But of course, like Reddit like signed a partnership with Google. So whenever you go to Google search, you always see like Reddit on the top, of the page with different suggestions. So that was kind of obvious that we need to develop this channel as well. And we tried to do it ourselves unsuccessfully. You need a dedicated person like in our great partnership. Thankfully, we found you, and you have a team who knows like everything from A to Z, what related to Reddit optimization. And yes, like before we started working together, it was kind of, unsuccessful. We had a couple of unsuccessful attempts to kind of, develop this social.
Thank you, Victoria. And when you first came across Navantra, what made you decide to take the leap and sign up instead of continue looking around?
I don't even remember how I bumped into you guys. Probably that was an email. I don't remember exactly, to be honest. But what actually makes me, because you can imagine, as a founder, I receive like thousands of emails daily, like, okay, specifically related to lead generation. Most of this kind of, bullshit, like, templatized emails. I hate, I always say, okay, I don't send them to spam, but I always just simply delete it. But what I liked about like your, probably it was an email, I don't remember, but there was a landing page where you addressed all major concerns and frequently asked questions in the form of like short video answers. And basically, you addressed all, my internal and personal questions. And I felt kind of, okay, these guys, they know what they do. They've been there for quite some time, and it's worth spending, like 15 minutes or 30 minutes for the intro call. And that was a great approach. And to be honest, I've never seen this before with other like agencies or services. And I'm even thinking that like we need to probably create similar page on our website where we addressing, almost frequent questions in the form of short video answers. That's
Mhm.
great.
Okay, can you walk us through what the onboarding and first few weeks looked like? Was the process clear? How involved did you have to be?
Yeah, sure. It was very efficient. So basically, just, probably 1 hour onboarding overall. So it didn't consume a lot of my time. And, that was very straightforward. So we figure out what is the goal, what are KPIs, what is the time frame, what is the strategy, and what I liked about it. So you always approve all steps before actually going in. Yeah, so that was very professional.
Thank you, Victoria. And what kind of results have you seen so far in terms of rankings on Google, traffic, leads coming in, or maybe even like revenue?
We see some change in our traffic in terms of like channels. Like it's not only we work with you, but we work internally as well. And we keep publishing a lot of content and optimize our like website here and there, and keep working work and keep pushing like video content. But I can confirm that over the last couple of months, we've seen the growing number of ICPs that booked a demo with us. And we see the growing number of people who came via AI search. And like, I do think it was driven by the fact that you started mentioning on Reddit, because as far as I know, all of them, they use Reddit as a source of kind of, truth or
Information?
whatever, they run through Reddit content in order to generate answers for users.
What would you say to another business owner or high ticket service provider, someone exactly where you were a few weeks ago, who wants to try Reddit marketing?
It's definitely worth spending time and money on this. And honestly, I've already recommended you guys to a bunch of fellow fund founders. So yeah, it's definitely a great channel. And in terms of like return on ad spend, it's definitely worth it.
Thank you so much. And the last question. Can you summarize your experience with Novantra in one sentence?
In one word, it's a positive experience.